Hello my dear viewers, so Vinland Saga Season 2 has finally come to an end and oh my goodness, what a journey it has been. Vinland Saga is my favorite anime ever. I absolutely love Season 1, but Season 2 was just up to a whole new different level. Season 2 was just incredible, and the best part is, unlike Season 1 which has a lot of action scenes and things like that, this season was much more slower paced and filled with such great character arcs, especially Thorfinn. And it's not just Thorfinn, so many characters in this season got such great character developments, and I can't wait to talk about them too. And here's the thing, Thorfinn is my favorite protagonist in anime ever. Now I'm very excited to talk about this. It's my favorite anime and Season 2 just ended. I've been waiting so eagerly to talk about this season to you guys. And finally it has come to an end, and I have so much that I loved about this that I have so much to talk about.
Finally!
Now let's talk about Thorfinn first, because he's my favorite protagonist ever. Thorfinn at the beginning starts off with this really dead expression. You can see that he's got nothing on him. He's really dead inside because he's lost his purpose, he's empty, and then as the series progresses, we see him become a true warrior. And that's just so incredible to watch. Season 2, Episode 4. When Einar was strangling him and Thorfinn was in his dreaming about him as a young person fighting all these monsters. And then he suddenly remembers this lady that he betrayed in Season 1, Episode 6 if I'm not wrong. And watching that was just so visceral for me. I was at a loss of words in that scene. It was just that incredible. And I didn't think they would top that, but Season 2, Episode 9. Throughout that entire episode, I was at an utter loss of words. I didn't know what to say. This is so poetic and such great storytelling. I didn't know what I was watching. I've never seen something that's made my eyes glued to a screen so much. I felt transcended when watching that episode. It was just that incredible when Thorfinn just reaches out to the top because Askeladd tells him, Thorfinn, you have to take these lives with you and then go up, climb up, become a true warrior, and he does that, and then the animation changes to this black and white manga kind of art with the nail being red. I was just so blown away. It was that incredible. And it's not just Thorfinn's character. This is not just about Thorfinn's character. There's so many other great characters as well. Gardar was introduced halfway into the season and he's still a compelling character. I still like this character. I felt so bad for his character at the end, about how he regrets his choices and how he wished he could have listened to his wife and how he did things differently. Instead of going to fight the war, he could have stayed with his family. It's just so incredible to watch. Such great characters. And Einar, Thorfinn's best friend, another well-written character. He's a character meant for Thorfinn. Without him, I don't think Thorfinn would have grown this much. Einar played a huge role in Thorfinn's growth, and I really love that. Arnheid, she didn't get that much of a screen time at the beginning of the series. She was just seen as a potential love interest for Einar. But after that, we learn about her backstory and things like that and what she wants. And then seeing her in this world where she's saying that, is this world even worth living? Continue to living. And after she dies, and it's just so tragic to watch. Her character is so tragic. I really like the character. I really wanted to see more of her character, but oh my goodness, her character is very tragic. Then there's Canute. How can I not talk about Canute? Everyone's favorite dictator. Canute, what can I say? So Thorfinn's arc mainly focuses on him becoming a true warrior and going into new heights, climbing into new heights. That's Thorfinn's arc. And then on the other hand, we have Canute, whose arc is about going down a route of corruption. So he's going down. So this is where our protagonist and Canute really are really great for each other, because they contrast each other so well, yet they feel the same, because they also feel similar in a way, but also at the same time they also feel they also contrast each other. They are two sides of the same coin, and I really love that. I really love seeing that. Yukimura is a genius, and Thorfinn's character has helped so many people grow to become better characters. It has also impacted my life. Thorfinn's character, a character in a fictional story that's based off of a true story, but has impacted my life. And it's also impacted many other people's lives as well. Go YouTube, search I Have No Enemies, and look at all the shots. It's about people who are like fighting at first, and then suddenly they become friends and they don't fight because I have no enemies, you know, from the show. And oh my goodness, this show has helped so much people, and that's what great shows are supposed to be. They have to impact you so that you remember them forever. And this is not an exception. It is just such an incredible show. I loved it. And then, of course, we have so many things going on in this series. How both Canute's and Thorfinn's character arc merge at the end, and then we see this final confrontation between them. And when I first saw that, I was just losing my mind. And then we see Thorfinn and Canute talk to each other about their own ideals and things like that, and I just loved every second of it. How they used... And another thing that this show does really well is visual representation. Now, we see in season 2 episode 9, we see these dead lives that, you know, Thorfinn has killed, bring him down into the cave. And then he has to climb up with those same lives that he killed to become a true warrior. And I loved seeing that. It just makes it so special, the experience. Another scene, when Thorfinn and Canute were talking, Canute's father the head comes behind him and talks to him, and then use this representation of sheeps, how, you know, you should be a shepherd for the sheeps, and that's just such brilliant writing. Respect to Yukimura and his writing, and Mappa did an incredible job. I just don't know how to express my love of the show. I'm utterly at a loss of words again. Season 2, the last episode just came. It just aired on TV, and I was watching it and I felt really emotional. And there were so many scenes in this season that made me so emotional. Like, I was feeling chills all over my body, and it's just that incredible. And the music, can we appreciate the OST, the music? Every time the piano plays, that soft piano, I just lose it. It's just, I really lose it. I feel something and I don't know what it is. I feel like I've transcended into another world, and I am just out of my mind. I just love this show. I don't know how else I can express it. And again, this is my favorite anime. Thorfinn is my favorite protagonist. It's just done really so well. Like, I can't think of a certain problem with the show. This show doesn't even have a problem at all. In fact, it is better than a masterpiece. Now, usually I will read scripts. If you have seen my previous videos, you will know that I'll be reading scripts and then talking to you all from the script. But here I'm just talking to you all what's on my mind, and I just had to talk about it because I can't write a script about this. I'm just losing my mind over this. It's just that incredible. And seriously, why must we wait so long for season 3? I want a season 3, but then again, don't rush yourselves, you know. Take your time. Perfect season 3. Don't just make a half-ass job and put it fast because people want it fast. I know I want it fast, but forget about me. Do the best job you can. Take as much time as you want and perfect it, and then release it. I really want to talk about Arnheid's character because I felt that her character is the most tragic in this season, and her character needs to be talked about more because she only got a few episodes in the second half, like, to star in, and it's just really, her character really touched my heart, and I don't know what to say about it. And I really want to see more of her character, but sadly we are not going to get that. And then Snake is such a compelling character as well, with his backstory and how he came to Kettle's farm, how he ended up here, because his master was, you know, the Iron Fist Kettle, and this Kettle is saying that I'm the Iron Fist Kettle, although he's not. So he ended up here and started working for him. And Snake has a really unique backstory as well. Like, he's from somewhere else, but he can't go back there again, so he's here and he cannot even use his real name anymore. It's such great backstories. Gardor, we were literally introduced to him halfway through the season. When I first saw him, I was like, what's going on here? Who's this? And then we see what a character he is, and I just really love it because he's made mistakes and he doesn't want to make them again. He wants to make things right. He wants to save his wife. He wants to be with his family. And it's just, this season is just so poetic. It's a poem. It's like writing a poem into a story, which makes no sense with what I'm saying, but you get the point. I've never felt anything like this show, especially with the music and the artworks, with the animation changes and things like that. I was losing my mind at certain seasons. And it's literally just characters, farming. It's not about people fighting each other. It doesn't have any giant robots fighting. It doesn't have any waifus or fan service. It's literally just these guys farming. And it's a simple plot, but it's that incredible. And I really like how they brought in Askeladd from time to time. They knew how to use him properly. They didn't bring him in just to bring in the fans. They used him properly. They used his character properly. They brought him at the right times. And they brought in Thors as well. And I really like that they brought him in. It makes it such a great experience bringing back all these old characters that we also love. Because these characters are also part of Thorfinn's growth, which were in Season 1. His growth in Season 1. And now that he's in Season 2, he's trying to become a true warrior. Thors really helped him, and even Askeladd really helped him. And that's just such great work. Like, both are his fathers. Okay, I know Askeladd is not his father, but I technically presume like he's like a father figure for Thorfinn. Whether you like it or not, he learns a lot from Askeladd. So, by the way, Askeladd is a peak character. He's an amazing character. After Season 1, Askeladd was my favorite Vinland Saga character, but after Season 2, I have to give it to Thorfinn because of how much growth he went through. This anime has also impacted my life a lot because, I'm very busy now and I get stressed and I really get angry, and there are times when I really get angry at people because they're screwing my life up for me sometimes. And Thorfinn taught me that I have no enemies. I should not be angry at these kind of things. I should just work things out myself, figure out a solution to the conflict. And anger should be the last thing. It should be the last option. So Thorfinn has taught me a lot. He has taught a lot of people great morals. I really love his character. Another great visual representation was Gardor's end. Like, each character had such a great visual representation of how they're feeling. Like Thorfinn with Season 2 Episode 4 and Season 2 Episode 9. Then with Gardor at his last episode when he dies, and then he sees this whole stream of himself getting slaved. And he also sees the past, like how he left his wife and his child to fight in this war for resource, which really he regrets it. You can see how much he regrets it. It's a pretty dumb move, but he regrets it, and that's the thing. And I also like how the world building, how the actions, how the surroundings, the things that happen in the surroundings really enforce the world building, despite the fact that we are in a farm. Literally. I mean, there is slavery, of course. There's violence, a lot of Viking violence going on. Children being beaten, children who have no food. So they went to steal food, but they got beaten the hell out of them. And then we have punishments for characters which are really intense. We have men who lose things and then literally started beating his love interest, although she's pregnant. Look, Kettle, at the beginning he was a great character. And also another thing about Kettle is that, remember how at the beginning, Kettle's father, Sverkel, I think that was his name, or something like that, said that too much money, too much wealth can make you want to have more wealth. So when you lose it, you lose yourself.
Too much wealth brings only misery and misfortune. Are you ignoring me now? Increasing your wealth only makes you fear losing it. To ease those fears, you spend money, but then you have to earn more. And the cycle repeats. My idiot son hasn't realized yet how pointless and empty it all is.
And that's what happened to Kettle. And I really like how these things are coming back one full circle. Because Kettle at the beginning had a lot of wealth, but after King Harald died, after Canute came in and then said that he wanted to take over the farm, he was losing everything. And then he loses it and then beats his love interest, which, okay, I see what they did, but I really don't like Kettle, and I hope for the rest of his life he feels sad and is depressed for the rest of his life. Yeah. I know some of you may like his character, but for me, I just hope that he feels depressed for the rest of his life. But what his character went through was a good lesson though. Because when you have too much wealth and when you lose it, you're going to change. Really, it taught you a lesson. Despite the fact that you may not like what his character did, he did teach you a lesson and it taught you to be better than Kettle. And then we have Kettle's younger son, Olmar, who went through such a great character development as well. And then, you know, the older brother who just wants war. He's a representation of what the Viking world is like, what kind of people are in the Viking world. People who want to be in wars, people who want to fight, people who want to kill, people who live by that. He's very similar to Thorkel in that way. And then Canute, he's such a great character. He went through an arc of corruption, which we saw how that went. And yeah, and that final confrontation between Canute and Thorfinn was really amazing. Conversations between each other, and I really like how it ended. It also heightened the tension despite being a conversation. Such great use of dialogue here. And dialogue. The dialogue is insane here. It's amazing here. In season 1 it was incredible, and in season 2 it was incredible. I really like the dialogue in this season. Become a true warrior, Thorfinn. I have no enemies. These lines are stuck in my heart forever. Literally, I don't think I can ever get these lines out of my heart, out of my mind. I'm gonna think of these things forever. And yeah, this show is very memorable for me. I will never forget this show. Never, with the stuff that happened. And yes, it's peak. It's Vinland Saga. And I really can't wait with what they do with season 3. I'm not sure what season 3 is called. And the season finale, when he went to see his mother and his sister and their family at Iceland, and he met up with them, it's just really emotional and great to watch. I really love this series. It's my favorite anime ever, that's why. And I'm going to make this statement here. I think as of this moment, Vinland Saga is the best anime of 2023. Okay, I don't know what other animes are coming in for the rest of the year, but there is no way another anime can touch Vinland Saga Season 2 with how great it is. Okay, Attack on Titan, I think is coming out like the final episode, but I don't think it will be as good as Vinland Saga Season 2. I'm saying it right now. There is going to be no anime that comes out this year that's going to top Vinland Saga Season 2. Vinland Saga Season 2 is peak. Farmland Saga is peak. And yes. And again, Einar, we are introduced to Einar at the beginning. I really loved what they did with his character here. Einar is an incredible character. He helped Thorfinn a lot. At the same time, Einar also changed himself a lot. And that scene when Einar and Thorfinn at the end of season 2 episode 23, 俺たちの生きる世界にそれだけをみんな求めていたのに when they were saying about how they are going to Vinland and calling each other brother and looking at all those birds up there, it's so mind-blowing that I was at an utter loss of words so many times in this season, which is about farming mainly, that I was at an utter loss of words. And I didn't know farming can be such a compelling thing. It is, again, really incredible. I really love this. I understand some people don't like it because it doesn't have action and it's very slow paced, blah blah blah. If you don't like it, that's not my problem, but I absolutely loved it. And yes, I'm gonna give Vinland Saga Season 2 a 10 out of 10. Actually no, let me think about it. I'm gonna give it a 11 out of 10. I really love this series. There's so much more I feel I want to talk about, and I really can't think of them right now, which is tragic. it made me feel things that I never felt before at so many points in the show. I really loved it. I understand that Vagabond is another great historical manga. Currently I'm reading Berserk. I'm going to get into Vagabond after that, and I'm also going to read stuff like 20th Century Boys because it's by Naoki Urasawa, who did Monster as well. I want to check out his other works as well. And yes, I'm going to see more seinen stuff because I really love Vinland Saga here. I really loved Monster, and Berserk, I've been reading it for quite a while and it's really amazing. And yes, other than that, I have nothing else to say. If you want to let me know something, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, click the like button. Other than that, I have nothing else. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best.